Today, as we continue walking through the Sermon on the Mount, we get to a passage that I'm going to do my best to cover in 5 minutes, but this could be a lot more. We start at Matthew 6, verse 5. It says, "And when you pray, you must not be like the hypocrites, for they love to stand and pray in synagogues and at the street corners, that they may be seen by others. Truly I say to you, they have received their reward. But when you pray, go into your room and shut the door and pray to your Father who is in secret, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you. And when you pray, do not heap up empty phrases as the Gentiles do, for they think that they will be heard for their many words. Do not be like them, for your Father knows what you need before you ask Him. Pray then like this: Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For if you forgive others their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you do not forgive others their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses." Like I said, there's a lot here, right? We all know the Lord's Prayer, so I'm not really going to get into that part too much. What I'm going to focus on today is the beginning and the end part. And I'm going to jump straight to the application because I don't think we need a ton of background to understand what it's getting at here. It says, don't stand on the synagogues and the street corner. Like, when you pray, it is not for the sake, it's not so other people can see you praying, which kind of continues the theme that we've been going the past couple days. So it says, go in your room, go in secret, and pray to God. Okay, so this speaks to, I guess, kind of feeling the need for other people to listen to you pray, which in my experience isn't something that a lot of people struggle with. But the next part, I think, really is very comforting, actually. It says, "And when you pray, don't heap up empty phrases as the Gentiles do, for they think they'll be heard because they're many words. Don't be like them. Your Father knows what you need before you ask Him." And this is something that I have seen in a lot of people, right? You have people who say things like, "Oh, I'm not good at praying. I've been asked several. You know what? I'm not good at praying. Pastor, why don't you pray? Or Vicar, why don't you pray?" And what this kind of says is, you don't be good at praying. Just pray. God knows what you need. You're not gonna confuse. He's not a genie waiting for you to slip up and say the wrong thing. Pray. God knows what you need. He just wants you to talk to Him, and that's enough. That's good enough. So even if it is just sitting down and speaking through the Lord's Prayer, that's perfectly fine. And on the flip side, this is something, especially as we join together in worship, I hope that you see in me is that my prayers don't go on forever. I don't feel the need to add a bunch of flowery language. I do sometimes just because it's habit. Those are the prayers we hear all the time. But that's not how we're instructed to pray. It's just keep it simple. And this is something that I think in the church we have an issue with. We have prayers that are flowery and they have way more words than they need to, and they go on forever. And that's not the prayer that Jesus kind of sets as an example. It's, "Father, you're holy, let your will be done, give us what we need, and keep us away from evil." Like, at the core, that's what it is. And then, yeah, so that's what I want us to take away from this, is you are good at praying. Even if you don't think you're good at praying, you can do it. just pray, and God knows what you need. So that's my encouragement for you as we go and continue through this devotional series on the Sermon on the Mount. With that, brothers and sisters, go in peace and serve the Lord. Thanks be to God.